Thank you very much. I'll promise I'll be committed to the 2 minutes that you have kindly gave us. First of all, the comment or the comment that presented by Mr. Pierre was really disturbing. It showed the message that I got from the presentation that either we live and Ethiopia die, or Ethiopia die and or we die and Ethiopia lives. And this is not the way that it should be mentioned. We never in every occasion, we oppose the right of development in any country on earth. That's a standard policy in Egypt. So we really reject the message that he's tried. It might be a problem in the interpretation, but the message that he tried to send, we do totally reject it. Secondly, regarding the cooperation, in every occasion, cooperation is very important. We are sticking to cooperation. We support cooperation. But unfortunately, none of the events that we have participated in mentioned how we cooperate. What are the bases for cooperation? This is very essential. No one on earth can disagree with you when you come to cooperation. We all agree in cooperation, but what are the bases of cooperation? We as Egypt believe that the basis of this cooperation should be international law. There are international law principles governing the usage of transboundary water resources, one of which is prior notification, which is very essential. The third point is that about Egypt should move. No, Egypt moved took a lot of procedures in order to achieve all-inclusiveness in the Nile Basin. In the summit in Entebbe, we presented a proposal to move ahead and to go forward and to agree on principles, 2 principles, and we go back to the MBI and work together and confidence building and build the trust. But unfortunately, this proposal was even rejected before discussing it. So if people want to talk about Egyptian moves, we're not the only one who should take it on our shoulder to find solutions. We have presented different proposals. Unfortunately, these proposals were rejecting. I've heard about the filling of the dam. I must say, sir, the filling of the dam is decided within the Declaration of Principles. The Declaration of Principles said that the 3 countries signed by the heads of states of the 3 countries, the 3 countries should agree on the first filling procedures and operation rules of the dam according to the studies that is not finalized yet. The technical path is facing a stalemate among the three countries. My last point is about the dominance of the downstream countries. I will speak on behalf of Egypt. I will not speak on behalf of any sovereign countries, but on behalf of Egypt. How do you consider a dominance of the downstream countries when it comes to 1 or 1.5% of the available water resources? Is this dominance? When it comes to 1,600 cubic meters of rainfall yearly, and we are talking about 1.5%, is this a dominance of the downstream countries? I doubt that this really convincing to me. About 1995 and the legal framework of the Nile Basin, even this, if you go to 1997 agreements, it gave a role to the existing agreement governing the sharing of water of the Nile Basin, of the river basins. It took it into consideration. It did not neglect this element at all. And people can Google the 1997 agreement and see. About the CFA. The CFA, we have problems with the CFA. That does, as a last country in the downstream, we cannot accept an agreement that does not govern the projects on this shared water resources. There should be a mechanism taking into account. If we go, and I'm proud to say it, and I do say it in every occasion, that the Senegal Commission, one of the successful African commission on earth, how they govern their share. 1, a clear procedures of prior notification. A clear procedure and clear and simple procedures for prior notification. Benefit sharing. So they have agreed of lot. There are lessons learned that we should take it into account. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.